Hello and welcome back to Candid Talks with Bharat P. And today on the show with us we have Ankit Makar from Crankit Automotives. Ankit is a passionate entrepreneur who left his corporate job to take a plunge into a totally different arena pertaining to his passion.
Please do listen to the episode till the end. Before we begin, please do not forget to subscribe to this podcast channel, and you can connect on Facebook page at Candid Talks with Bharat V.
So let's crank it and welcome Ankit Makar to hear from the man himself what he has to say about his passion.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Sure Roxanne. Can you feel it? Sure Roxanne. Can you feel it? Sure Roxanne. Can you feel it?
You are listening to Candid Talks with Bharat V.
Hi guys, this is Ankit from Crankit Automotive, and that's one-stop shop automotive solution for all your automotive needs. और आप उन्हें सुन रहे हैं only on Candid Talks with Bharat V. So catch the episode; it's really fun, and I had a blast being on the show.
So, Ankit, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on your platform. I've been waiting for a very long time. Actually, it's been delayed about 2-3 weeks. So sorry for that, but excited to be on the platform, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
No worries, and it's always my pleasure. So, Ankit, before we proceed, सबसे पहले तो आप ये बताओ कि what is the logic behind this Crankit Automotive जो नाम आपने रखा है, and what exactly do you
Okay.
do? What kind of services do you provide under this banner?
Okay. So, thanks for the question. So, Crankit Automotive. I think I'll start off with the name. It's spelled Crankit, which is crank. So, crank and it. So, I call it Crankit. My name is in the brand, which is Ankit. So, if you take out the CR from it, it is Ankit.
Right.
So, that's how I thought of coming up with the name of Crankit. And I wanted something to do with automotive. And I wanted my name also in it. So, it was a really long process to kind of get to this name. But when I did get to the name, I was surprised how I got to it, because I put my name and I put something which was automotive related, which was crank and it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how it came about. And then automotive was to signify the entire spectrum of work that we do, which is starting from detailing, which is our main forte, in terms of restoring bikes. However old the car or bike is, we can paint it, detail it, and get it back to life. If it's a car or a bike, we're into coatings, which is ceramic coating, graphene coatings. We're into PPF filming for the bikes. We're into custom wraps and custom stickering. So if you have a particular design in mind, if you have a particular graphic that you want to be done on your car or bike, we can have that design and executed onto your car or your bike. We're also into, we partnered up with our partners for servicing and accessories. So pretty much a one-stop shop for everything that is automotive.
Okay. So when you say design, and obviously people coming to you, you can probably probably go with that design as well. But do you also do designing from your own side in case if nobody has anything in their mind? So do you do designing for them as well?
Absolutely. We did this for one of the KTM 390 adventures, which have wrapped. I think there are about, a couple of them in the country. So the customer came in and he didn't really have any particular design in mind. He knew the colors that he wanted on his bike. And he said, I'll leave it to you all and you all design it. So we pretty much gave him the design elements. We sat down with him, understood what he wanted, and gave him the ideas that would look nice. And he let us execute everything. So I think he really
you
liked that.
provide the service
So we have
pan
the
India,
option,
or it's only within Maharashtra, or only confined to Pune?
Throughout India. Throughout
Okay.
India.
Okay. And
No, I mean, yeah, the bike will have to be got here.
right,
Yeah, the
obviously.
bike will have to be got here. In terms of detailing, if it's say about 5-10 cars, and they're willing to get the team down to their location with the expense for
Okay.
that, yeah, definitely we can pretty much go out throughout India, anywhere in the world also.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So Ankit, what exactly have you done? I mean, if you can tell us something about your background and how exactly did you come into
Okay.
this domain?
Okay, very different from where I come is a corporate background. I have done my master's with business management. So I was with the Marriott Hotels. and I
Okay.
was handling the corporate sales department for them. So very corporate. I like that. Initially, I mean, when I was in college, I'm like, yaar, suit woot pehen ke kaam pe jayenge, carry
Yeah.
your briefcase. It's nice. That
Yeah.
feeling is nice. Uh, did that. After a while, realized that maybe sitting behind a desk every day doing a job felt like a job. It stopped feeling. I mean, the feel good factor of wearing a suit and carrying a briefcase. It started fading after a while, and after that, it was just the grind. The fun had kind of gone out of it, and you're
Exactly. And
always
ultimately,
invariably looking out for the
you end up
weekend.
being a slave.
Absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely. And
in
you're just
truth
looking forward
language,
to yaar,
it's slave
Friday ka
only.
bhai.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. And you're looking forward ki matlab weekend kab aayega. And that feeling, I was like, I don't want to feel that. And I said, theek hai, let's take a chance. This is the age to do it. Let me start my business now. If not, go back to corporate.
Mhm.
So I took the leap. It was tough, obviously. Taking the leap from a comfortable, cushy corporate job to starting your own business, it is tough.
Right.
Because you have to pretty much do everything all the way ground up.
Yeah.
And starting a business, like I was telling someone, is like jumping off a cliff and building the plane on the way. So if you're able to build it on the way, you don't crash into the ground. If you can't, then you do. So that's a risk you run opening a business.
Yeah.
It was very tough, but I'm glad I have clients like you and many other passionate people out there who kind of love their bike, who not only come in to get the service done, they're not only coming for the service, they're coming for the connect. They
Right.
come in and have that cup of tea, they come and have that cup of coffee with you, talk about their bike, their experiences. That's what gets me to work every day. I don't even think it's work. I've stopped thinking about this as work. I literally for some time work 30 days in a month and I don't feel like मुझे छुट्टी चाहिए.
Exactly.
Because I'm excited to meet someone new
Yeah.
every day. There's a new client, there's something new happening. And for me, I think I'm happy. Like I think I've made it in life just because I know that मेरे को काम पे नहीं जाना.
But
I'm
एक बात
excited.
बताओ अंकित,
I
I
will
mean,
get up.
coming from the
Yeah.
corporate background and you have
Yeah.
done your masters, and
Yeah.
just like you, many other people who are in the corporate world or maybe in the IT sector, whenever they plan to take that plunge, leave their job,
Yeah.
and get into
Yeah.
their own business, they typically try to think of opening or doing something in that same domain. Right? अगर कोई IT में है, so they would
Absolutely.
definitely want to think of opening a consultancy or
Yeah. Use their experience to kind
exactly.
of help them. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in this case, this is totally off. I mean, you were in the
Yeah.
hotel business, in the
Yeah.
corporate world, and then coming directly into
Yeah.
the automotive thing. What made you decide to do this? I mean, did you have any prior experience, or it was just out of passion?
Purely out of passion. I remember I was at work one weekend and there was like literally nothing in the office. I used to love working weekends. I don't know. I was a weird one in the office, so I used to always take up working on weekends. And I remember I finished off my work in the afternoon and I was like, kya kare yaar? I obviously have to be logged in.
Okay.
So in my car, I used to always carry my bottle of wax, my tire wax, my polish. So in my corporate, I take off my blazer and I leave it on my chair in the office and I go down to the parking lot
Acha.
and I was detailing my car. I'm like, kuch nahi. I'm like detailing a car and I realized this is fun. Maybe I'm doing it in a suit, it's fine, whatever. It was fun. And
Yeah.
I would do that everywhere. Like I'm standing in traffic. I'm like, chalo yaar, kuch nahi hai karne ko, wax kar lete hain gaadi. So it wasn't something I was forcing. It was something that came very naturally to me.
Mhm.
And I said, ki boss, maybe I can convert this into something which is commercial. At the end of the day, you get into business, and the main motive of business is to make profit. Otherwise, you can't sustain.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that is something I was scared about in terms of how I'd be able to convert that. And I knew it'll take time. So I started out from my parking lot. A lot of people
Okay.
don't know this. I started out from a parking lot by doing a bike alone. So I didn't have a team.
Okay.
The first bike I did was a Kawasaki Versys 650, which was a friend's bike. And he said, "Ki boss, do my bike." We had come back from a tour from Rajasthan.
Acha.
And he said, why don't you try it out? So I had one bag. I went down. I took the whole day. I opened up everything, did the whole bike, and that went on for about 6 months. But I didn't have the confidence to kind of go out into the market. I didn't. I still wasn't able to take the plunge. I was hesitant. So I would probably do it on a weekend or something and be like, "Job bhi hai, ye bhi hai. Let's try
Acha,
it
by
out."
the time you were
And
still in
after
job.
6 months, yeah. And so I didn't give it up because I wasn't sure. I'm like, how is this going to be viable?
Yeah.
And I was doing it from the parking. And see, when you're trying to open your business, right, you can be the boss, but you have to jhadu laga sometimes also, and you have to be the boss. That's something on
Yes,
entrepreneurship.
yes, yes.
And starting in the parking, I learned, you have to be humble about where your beginnings are.
Yeah.
That teaches you a lot.
Mhm.
And then I got one guy, and then finally I decided to take a plunge and then started the business. But yes, I started from a parking lot alone.
Awesome.
So start from the bottom.
And you started with bikes.
Yes, the bikes, yeah.
So later
Then
on,
went on to cars
what
and
all? What, okay, so after bikes, then once you opened, took the plunge and opened up your business full fledged, then you
Yeah,
started
yeah,
detailing the
yeah.
four wheelers as well.
Yeah.
So is there any
Yes,
specific
yes.
forte that that you cater to while detailing, or it is end to end, or any specific segment?
End to end. Irrespective of the bike, whether it's a scooter, whether it's a bike, an adventure bike, a sports bike, or a car, I think in terms of, say, providing that expectation of the car or the bike looking brand new, that is what we do, or giving it a better shine than the showroom. That is our forte. We get
Okay.
cars in from a showroom around 20 30 kilometers, and once we deliver the car from the
Mhm.
customer from here, they've actually said, it looks much better than what the showroom shine is. Like
Okay.
your shine is way better than a brand new car shine. So
Okay.
I think that's really our forte.
So tell me something. This kind of detailing that you do, and I'm sure this will be not just exteriors but also interiors, right? Even the interiors.
Yes.
So
AC cleaning, AC duct cleaning.
okay. So while you do that, my question is more specific towards the two wheelers and bikes in this case. So when you do this kind of
Okay.
detailing, so do you actually open up each and every part and do the detailing and then you fix it back, or is it like whatever is fixed, it's fixed, and then you just try to do over and above that? How do you do that? I
Okay.
mean, in terms
So
of process.
Okay. So yes, for a bike, yes, we do remove the seats, we remove like the heat shield of the exhaust, and we remove all the upper layer of the bike pretty much. We take all of that off,
Okay.
and you first wash it down, then you clean it, then you detail it, and then you kind of put it back together. So you kind of don't have a superficial overall shine, but you're actually like going into the bike and kind of getting it done from under the surface as well.
Okay.
For a
And
car, I mean, you don't really require that unless in the engine,
yeah,
because car is pretty much open.
yeah. And how different is this process when it comes to restoration of the old vehicles?
You are listening to Candid Talks with Bharat V.
Hi guys, this is Ankit from Crank It Automotive, and that's one-stop shop automotive solution for all your automotive needs. और आप मुझे सुन रहे हैं only on Candid Talks with Bharat V. So catch the episode; it's really fun, and I had a blast being on the show. Okay, so say it's like an RX 100 or RD 350 or something.
Yeah.
You'd pretty much have to take out all the parts, send it for painting, re-chroming, get new wiring done, all of that. So the entire process becomes very different. Then when it comes back, you try to buff it out, get that shine back in the paint, and try and fix the whole bike back together.
And in
But yeah,
case,
main part of it is also
especially in the restoration process, many times I've seen many such.
Yeah.
Not just the bikes, even the cars, the four wheelers as well, wherein
Yeah.
they are just standing unused and all rusted out. So how do you how do you restore that? I mean, obviously you will not be replacing the part for sure. Like RX 100 or the old Javas, and all those kind of vehicles. So obviously you will have to retain the same old part. Obviously old is gold. So how do you restore those kind of all rusted out and degenerated, parts? How do you restore those things? Do you have any specific process for that?
So in terms of process, basically it has to be de-chromed. So if you say, for example, there's a chrome part which got really rusted, and now it's become a little partly porous because of the rust which has gone through the surface.
Okay.
So you do have chrome restoration. If it's pretty much like gone from the half, then you have to kind of get a new kind of panel again. But usually if the damage is till about say 25-30%, we can still kind of salvage it and get it back to its original condition. And we try to keep the bike as original as we can. Unless the part is completely gone, we have to change it. But yeah, say in terms of stuff like cables and all, sometimes you pretty much have to use new cables. But otherwise, the other parts we try and restore all the way back to the original thing.
Okay. So while you do these, detailing, is it also and is it only catering to the end customers, or do you also deal with the dealers? The showrooms. Do they come to you while they sell the new vehicles, or is it only for the end customers? Or you are open to both?
Yeah. So as of now, it is end consumers. We're trying to speak to a couple of showrooms to have this done. But there is a certain huge player on the market that is currently tied up all across India. Customers complain about the quality, and a lot of customers who kind of have some knowledge about detailing end up then coming to us because they realize there is direct supervision. We know what we're doing, and this is what we specialize in. A showroom is specializing in probably selling a car or after sales. Doing a ceramic or any kind of detailing is an ancillary service for them. So
Okay.
that's not really something that they focus on. It's obviously given out to a third party. So yeah, that is where clients who have certain amount of knowledge and who have that extra passion say, "Ki, okay, no, we don't want to get it done from the showroom, and we rather come to you and get it done." But
Okay.
we also do at doorstep also. We've started with doorstep also, so we're doing our doorstep services as well in terms of detailing.
So when you do the doorstep services, is it possible the same kind of detailing which you do typically in your studio? Is that possible to do
Yes,
at home as well?
yes. We've now come to a point wherein the end result is at same, so 99.9% the end result is pretty much the same. Except with ceramic coating, we don't advise doing that at doorstep because for that, like our studios there, we need an anti-dust environment,
Right.
which we've got here. But doing that in an open environment in terms of coating, we don't do that. So then we tell the client we have it picked up and we get the car or the bike here. And we have a free pickup and drop for the coating, so that isn't an inconvenience.
So Ankit, tell me something. Typically, and I'm talking from the end user's mentality standpoint. Okay, and many people they think that this is all luxury thing. That okay, if we buy a vehicle and if somebody is buying a new vehicle, obviously I bought it from showroom, the paint is new, the polish is everything is there. Why do I need to do the coating on top of that even if I buy a new one? आगे चल के देखेंगे तीन
Yeah.
चार साल 5 साल 6 साल जब हो जाएगी, जब पुरानी हो जाएगी गाड़ी, then उस time we will think of doing it in terms of more from the maintenance or preservation standpoint. What do you have to say about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think this is also I'm going to be doing a video on this because I've realized this is a big misconception in the market
Yeah.
in terms of consumers. Also because no one's really educated them about this. But say you buy a new phone, for example, and you get the new phone home, you take off your plastic, and then you realize you have no protection for your glass.
Yeah,
You would instantly go to the mobile shop and be like, "Yeah, please put a screen guard on it."
absolutely.
Similarly, when you buy a new car or bike, your car is after it's come out of the factory, it doesn't have any plastic on it. There is no protection on the paint.
Yeah.
So now whatever's going to happen is going to happen on your paint. So you rather have protection on the paint so that your paint remains protected. That shine, there is a shield over the paint. You rather have that, and you need that to preserve the paint so that your paint doesn't get faded. It doesn't get affected by acid rain, by bird droppings. Your paint goes through a lot, and especially given the Indian conditions, which are far from perfect in terms of our weather, in terms of heat, in terms of the road condition, you need to protect it from the start. Not probably a few years down the line when the damage has already happened.
Yeah.
Then what we're trying to do is try to fight fight the clock backwards and trying to kind of play that game. But you rather have it done when the bike is new or the car is new to
Absolutely.
preserve it. Yeah.
So when you come to technicalities, I mean, is this ceramic coating, does it also have nanotechnology in it or something like, which
Yeah.
kind of, and nowadays I have seen there is nanotechnology which has come into many other fields rather, even in clothing,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
leathers, in electronics as well, and
Absolutely.
not only in that but even in paints. So when you talk about ceramic coating, what exactly is this, and what is the technology, and what is the technicalities behind it? I mean, how does it help in preserving or protecting the paint and the that rigor of that particular color?
Okay. So in terms of ceramic is basically SiO2. Cerium dioxide is what they use. The SiO2 particles is what they bond together, which is the nano coating. So that bond, when it kind of bonds with your paint, creates a certain hard shield over it. I would probably compare it not exactly to glass, but in a very microscopic layer of glass which kind of forms over the paint to protect it. Wax wouldn't give you so much protection per se. Wax is just meant for shine, and very little protection is what wax gives you. But ceramic is protection above wax, so it's a little harder. It kind of coats the entire surface so that even if you throw mud on the surface or muddy water on the surface, it'll pretty much fall off. So that hardness is what is the nano coating, which is part of ceramic.
I have been seeing few advertisements wherein with this ceramic coating or nano coating, they show before and after. They try to throw the
Yeah.
muddy water on top of the
Muddy
bike,
water.
and then it becomes all
Yeah.
dirty. And then after the coating is
Yeah.
applied, you again try to put the muddy water. Nothing sticks to it.
Yeah.
It's still spick and span, clean. Everything falls off. So is that
Absolutely.
really true, or is it just the marketing
Yes.
gimmick? I know you come from a sales background, so don't give me that gimmick. Give me an okay. So give me a
कि
honest
नहीं यही
opinion.
best है, यही कराओ आप. No, yes, that in terms of muddy water, yes, I completely agree. I've seen people go on to a point where they've lit a bonnet on fire. So I'd actually gone for this product testing. They were testing a new product and they were showing it to us. And he said ceramic होगा ये part पे नहीं होगा. He took lighter fluid, threw it on the paint, and he lit it on fire. And I was wondering, I'm like, if I do this to a client's car, not only will he kick me out, but he'll burn my studio also down without ceramic. So it'll get burned completely.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, see, overall, yes, ceramic does help. Because that layer of protection is there. So you'd want to have that protection. Say you're driving in the monsoons, right? People have this other misconception कि यार monsoon हो रहा है, monsoon नहीं कराएं. I'm like, monsoon in India is the worst time for your cars and bikes. Your
Right.
cars and bike need to be protected. Why? Because the mud is all getting kicked up from the road and onto your paint directly. So that protection, if it's there, it'll definitely help your paint. The keychad or whatever mud that comes flying will not stick to the paint. It'll be on the above protection, which is on
Mhm.
top of your paint. So monsoon is definitely the time you should get it done. I mean, apart from the other time where you obviously should get done, monsoons, your cars and bikes need the most amount of protection.
I
And
think I'm
cleaning as well.
sold. I'm sold. Okay. I probably will have to get my bike to get this
हम
done.
लाएंगे कीचड़ का पानी आपके लिए, हम डालेंगे कीचड़ वाले, ये है before और ये after.
Okay, now
Yeah.
ये जो ceramic coating है, is this helpful only on the paints, or does it also can it be applied on the other parts of the vehicle, like engine, metallic and plastic windshields and everything? So does it help that as well, including the
Yes.
seats?
I haven't really put it into seats because some of the seats, what happens is sometimes becomes hard. So it kind of plays with the fabric. We can use it on everything else except the engine because there's too much heat from the engine, so that kind of reacts with the coating.
Right.
But on the mirrors, on your visor, on probably your top box, you can coat pretty much everything. Your tail light, your headlight, you can coat everything.
Okay.
If you need better protection, we also have PPF, which is a paint protection film. It's a clear film that comes. It's thicker. It's about 3 to 4 times more expensive than ceramic, but it's in terms of protection offers more protection to the bike or the car. But in
But
terms of cost,
I have that conception that if you apply that film over the period of time, suppose if you do not apply on the entire, and obviously it is not possible to apply on each and every part of the vehicle, right?
Yeah.
Let's say, for example,
Yeah.
I'll give you one quick example on a car. If I apply it only on the
Mhm.
bumpers, right, front and
Yeah.
rear bumpers, and if I
Yeah.
do not apply on the upper part of the body of the vehicle, after
Yeah.
some time, maybe not immediately within days, but maybe after few months or years, you can actually see the difference in the paint. The one which is there
Yeah.
with the plastic protection PPF and one without the PPF, you can easily see the difference in the paint. So do you think that it is really advisable to go for that? I mean, it's not
yeah,
that
so
it is something not advisable, but my question is more in terms of, because ultimately when you try to take that out, you are going to damage the paint. And the reason why I'm saying is that because I got it done on my SUV. and I faced this issue.
The paint. There was paint damage when you took it off.
Yes,
How long back did you put the PPF?
it was quite some time back, and it was a 3M product,
Okay.
and still, obviously, that's a good product, but still, in spite of that, I had faced that.
Yeah, so that is one of the drawbacks for PPF. But now, I mean, new films have come into the market, so they are currently working on this paint damage, which doesn't happen. But the new products also are like self-healing. So even if you are standing in the sun or if the car is parked in the sun, those lights kind of scratches,
Yeah.
they come off. But I honestly am a fan, not a big fan of PPF. I kind of prefer ceramic more. Why? Because you can work on the paint. With
Right.
PPF, you can't really work on the paint.
The question which I had is more from a day-to-day use, the issues that we normally face. Now, will ceramic coating help? Now, you know that most of us Indians, we have the car washers, bike washers, we
Yeah.
get them
Yeah.
washed. And with each and every wash, they kind of, the vehicle kind of, they get scratches, right? I mean, not just on paints, but even on the windshields, and that's the plastic part. So if we apply the ceramic coating, will that scratching be avoided?
To some extent, yes.
And I'm not
But-
talking about that scratches who are doing on purpose, but I'm talking about simple, with the
Day-to-day
clothes
kind
when
of
you,
swirl marks.
yeah, that
Yeah,
cleaning.
yeah. To a certain extent, I'd say till about 40% or 45%, it does help. Above that, ceramic isn't so thick. You'll have to probably like 5-6 layers to get a thickness. But avoids the minor scratches. But our car cleaners are वो बोलते हैं ना बेरहमी से मतलब पोछा कपड़ा लिए दवा.
Yeah.
So over that, ceramic will protect like 40% from. So yeah, I mean, whenever a car or bike does come to us, we don't really. So now even when we do a ceramic coating, we have something called the post ceramic care package. Why we have this? This was developed after a few clients of ours had done the ceramic coating, they'd gone back home, and their post care maintenance was not that great.
Okay.
The job done, and they thought, "Ki, that's not the case. We have a car and the bike post getting the treatment done." So our package made post ceramic takes care of the car end to end throughout the year.
Okay.
Of the daily car cleaning guy who's coming and cleaning with the poche or kapda, whatever kapda.
Mhm.
That the car will remain in that condition. So yes, after ceramic, you can't completely just let go. You have to either have Crankit Automotive by your side, who will do the job for you. So we pretty much pick up the car from home or the bike from home, get the job done. Every month, the car or bike is attended to, and this throughout the year. It's an entire year process. You don't have to worry. You don't have to lift a finger. We do pretty much everything. So that post-care maintenance is very important for ceramic. So that is something that everyone needs to take care of. And I tell this to every client: ki ek baar kara liya, your job doesn't end there.
Yeah.
You have to kind of have the maintenance part of it looked into.
How many layers of coating typically you need to do for this ceramic?
We only have 2 packages. We do 3 and 4. Someone comes in with a budget that मतलब उनको कराना ही है, मतलब I don't want to go home without getting it done. Yeah, we can probably do a 2 if they're really not able to stretch the budget, but we have only 3 and 4.
Okay.
That's what really shows most of the effect. Because you realize anything less than that for our conditions doesn't work. If you're in the European market, the US market, where conditions are perfect,
Yeah.
one will be fine here. Here, we need more thickness to it.
Okay. And do you want to give an idea to our listeners as to what are the typical cost range for these different services that you offer?
So basically, if a bike comes in, for usual bikes in terms of your sports bikes or like a Dominar or any other bikes, say below the 600cc category, 3,500 is for the 3-layer package, and for the 4-layer package is 4,000.
Mhm.
For adventure bikes, for the 3 layers, 4,000, and for the 4 layers, 4,500. That caters to all the bikes in the whole range. And for cars, it starts from 12,000 for the hatchbacks, and for the SUVs, it goes up to 20 grand,
Wow.
20,000. Yeah.
That's steep. Okay. And that includes including the engine and everything, right?
The whole car, absolutely. Inside, outside, the alloys, the glasses, complete end-to-end solution for the car.
Okay. So all our listeners, you might have heard Ankit mentioning about the benefits of having the ceramic coating. It's not just that you have to do only after a few years of the usage of the car or bike, but it's better to do it upfront so that the damage is minimal to the paint over the period of time and obviously the parts. And whoever wants to get that done, please reach out to Crankit Automotive. The email ID is crankitautomotive@gmail.com. You can also visit their website and correct me, Ankit, if that is if there's anything incorrect there. But
Yeah.
I think it is www.crankitdetailing.com.
Crankitautomotive.com.
Oh, okay. Crankitautomotive.com.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was quite insightful, Ankit. Thanks for sharing all the details. And
I'd like to add
anything-
one thing for
yes.
all the people. Sorry.
That's what I was about to ask. If you want to
Okay.
highlight anything, for the listeners.
Yeah. So I think one of the last things as a closing thing, for people looking to say start a business out there, someone had asked me this, Ankit, what will you do different in the detailing space? They said, so 3M had come into the country with a bang. They
Yeah.
pretty much went into every city. They were at every corner. And someone said, how are you going to take on a brand like that? I said, firstly, you don't go head to head with such a big brand. But I said, if I have to make a difference, in terms of polishing a car, yes, people will pretty much polish the car around the same. Each company does it a little differently.
Yeah.
What would set me apart? I said that'll be myself. I will be what I would set it apart. The customer would probably want to come and have a conversation, and the entire vibe that happens, that
Yeah.
is what Crankit Automotive is. Services everyone can provide. He's
Yeah.
coming to someone who's also passionate about riding, who's passionate about maintaining his own car. So he knows there's an instant connect. He's not just talking to a company. He's
Right.
talking to an individual, and that bond is what I really wanted to make. And the bond is the USP.
Yeah, and that individual is a
I
passionate
pretty
individual.
much I talk to everyone like that. Absolutely.
Yeah, and
I
that-
have always been OCD
yeah,
about my cars and bikes. Always maintain it.
same here. And
bike on
passion
myself.
is what
Not
connects
as much
to
as
each
you.
other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
So
that's what makes it different.
Right. Any plans of expansion in future?
Absolutely. Out of first in Pune and then out of Pune, Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore.
And are you
Okay,
looking for
in good
some
time.
franchisees also, or it'll be solely your
No.
own?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if it's just one other city, I don't mind. But I want that connect with my clients. I
Right.
think that's what really makes a difference. I want to know what's happening in people's life. I want to know कि यार ये bike पे ये वाला scratch कैसे आया? या
Yeah.
कहाँ trip मार के आया? Bike इतनी गंदी हुई है off road. I want to know that. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes my day interesting.
Right.
That's what I look forward to when I get up in the morning. I'm like calm नहीं जा रहा हूँ. I'm going to have a good time.
Acha, and I'm sorry, Dil Mange More.
Yeah,
One more question.
Yeah,
Now, we all are riders, right? And on our bikes, we have lot of stickers and all memories that we create over the period of time.
मैंने आपकी bullet देखी हुई है.
Now, if we need to get that ceramic coating done, what happens to all those stickers? You have to take them off.
Yeah, so stickers definitely have to be removed out of part with those stickers and those memories. To be able to kind of coat the surface because you have to reach the surface underneath.
Yeah.
So that is the only thing.
Okay.
So that's why when the bike is new, you should get done there. We circle back to that point.
Right.
So
Yeah.
before all the memories have been put on, we've coated it and the bike is already ready for everything.
Yeah. अब आप ये
The
बताओ
new
कि
bike, I
मेरी
don't
bike
think you
पे
have
कब
so many
करोगे आप?
stickers, no? Anji, done your bike next week. The TRK has a lot of stickers. Abhi to I haven't seen.
No,
much.
no. I have not even put
हाँ,
my
तो अभी
club
अच्छा
sticker
time
till
है.
now.
अभी हाँ इसलिए आप ceramic करा लो अभी फिर बाद में sticker निकालना पड़ेगा.
I know. That's the reason I was asking. Obviously, my bullet is all Thunderbird is all
हाँ.
full of stickers.
That
Obviously,
looks like a wall of fame on wheels.
that's actually a wall of fame now.
TRK पे कर.
हाँ,
We'll do a video for that.
yeah.
For all our listeners, yes, we'll do a proper video so they can also see how the coatings happen. We also have a YouTube channel if people want to see the process. We have most of the work that we do. We put it out on YouTube also.
Do you
So they
want
can have a
to
look at
quickly share your Insta handle?
Yeah, so it's Crankit_automotive. Same goes for YouTube. It's Crankit Automotive. So the same name everywhere.
And even Facebook.
Yeah. Crankit Automotive. Everywhere it's the same.
Awesome. And for all our listeners, I also will be putting up the handle details on the posters. So when you please go through that, do visit the channel and do visit the Crankit Automotive, channel and handles, and do subscribe to the channels if you like, if you care for your bikes and if for your cars, for your vehicles. Please do visit Crankit Automotive. So thanks so much,
you so much. Thank you.
Crankit Ankit. I call you Crankit Ankit. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining this show today. It was really wonderful talking to you today. And we'll catch up soon, obviously, for the detailing of my
Yes.
bike. Most probably
Yes.
by next week,
Done.
I'll be in your studio. And you have, by the way, opened up a new studio for all our listeners. This is
Yes.
a new studio.
Yes.
Crankit Automotive has a new studio now. So please visit, visit there. And you will be astonished to see that new studio just come up really, really well. So
Done. The next video will be coming from that place. We'll
Yeah.
shoot the new video there.
absolutely. So take care, buddy. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And
Thank you.
stay safe.
Thank you for having me.
care.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. And talk to you soon. Bye now.
Yes. See you.
Bye bye. So that was Ankit Makar from Crankit Automotive, the one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. You can find them on YouTube, Facebook, and Insta as Crankit Automotive. So do visit them to avail best of their services.
If you like the show, please do like, subscribe and share with others. If listening on Apple Podcast, do not forget to rate 5 stars. If on Spotify or YouTube, do not forget to subscribe and share. All the bikers can listen to this podcast episode on bikersclub.in.
इसके साथ हम आज का सफ़र यहीं समाप्त करते हैं। बहुत जल्द मुलाकात होगी अगले शो पर एक नए टॉपिक के साथ, नए लोगों के साथ, नए अंदाज में ऑन कैंडिड टॉक्स विद भरत वी। स्टे होम, स्टे सेफ। दिस इज भरत वत्सा साइनिंग ऑफ फॉर टुडे। दुआ में याद रखना। जय हिंद।
You are listening to Candid Talks with Bharat V.